Hi everybody, my name's Lynn and this is my channel Nanna-M. Today's video is going to be an upcycle of 3 little plant pots that I had that were really spring decor that I wanted to change into autumn decor so that I could reuse and repurpose. So using a little bit of paint, a few different colours and a little bit of polyfiller. Let's see what I did, and you will see that this project was over quite a few days because a lot of things were happening in between. So I do a little bit, leave it dry overnight, maybe not come back to it for a couple of days. So there's different outfits, there's different things going on, and in the middle there is quite an interesting story. So stay tuned for the cat. I'll say no more and I'll see you at the end. Enjoy. Make yourself a cuppa. Always. Hi everybody. I've decided that I'm gonna paint these plant pots, little terracotta ones, in some kind of an autumn colour. Not sure yet how they're going to turn out, but I thought I'd just show you what I was doing. I put a before picture up. Before they had oasis in, moss around the top, and they had some lavender pixie. So I've took all that out and I'm going to start again. And I think I might put like little, you saw earlier I got some little plants, so I think I'm going to put them in there just for autumn. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm in my garage and I'm messing about with some little plant pots, but I think I might have to put music on while I just show you what I'm doing, because my husband's working out the front on the driveway, well, pulling flags up and getting rid of them and banging them and this, that and the other. So what I'm doing is, can you hear him? I originally painted 2 coats of brown paint on, but then I changed my mind. So I'm showing you that I did it because I think I refer to it a bit further on, but I changed my mind and there's absolutely no need to do this bit. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting all-purpose filler and I'm dabbing it like this, just to get some texture. One, 2, 3. I'm going to leave them now to dry, probably overnight for me, because I'm in no rush. And then I'll take you with me while I do the second part. Okay, so I've decided this is the little plant pots. I'm going to use this chippy brush and I'm just going to dab on this grey colour for now, all the way around. And it's, can you see how it's giving it some texture? I need more texture yet, we'll see. I can always put some sand in or some soil in or bicarb. So I'm going to put you on time lapse. So I'm just going to do the other 3, the other 2, then I've got 3, let them dry overnight and then I'll get back to you. Hi everyone, got my cuppa and I'm carrying on with my plant pot challenge. But while I'm doing, I'm just going to get some of this brown that I didn't need to put on at the beginning. Do you remember? I could have just gone straight to the filler. But anyway, that's another story. But while I'm talking to you, there's a funny thing happened. Not last night, but the night before. Can you hear that? Can you hear that meowing? There's a cat stuck somewhere. And I don't know how to get it out. Come on. Bless it. So I'm sitting here in the garage hoping that if it found its way in, it's stuck somewhere between the ceiling of this garage and maybe other parts of the house, I'm not right sure, and the floor of the upstairs, but we have no idea where. But just every so often we hear a meow. And the reason that we knew there was something, didn't know it was a cat at the time, was I came in here one morning to do, I think it might have been to do something like this, get myself ready to do it. And some of my boxes from up here were on the floor. One were tipped upside down on another bin and another one was on the floor. And then when my husband came home, he said to me, there was something a bit weird in garage this morning. I said, what? And some things had been knocked off the shelf, and the back of the shelf at that, not even the front, and they were on the floor. So we just couldn't understand it at all. Anyway, then yesterday nothing happened really, and then we sat in lounge last night. I've got my headphones on YouTube, and my husband's saying, what was that? What was that? I said, I don't know, I didn't hear anything. Anyway, he said, I'm not hearing things, I can hear noises. And I said, well, I don't know, because I have my headphones on. Anyway, he went to bed early because he was tired. And after he'd gone to bed, I heard this clatterbang. I thought, what the hell? So I went upstairs. I actually woke him up. I said, I thought you were moving around. I said, I can hear noises. So anyway, he came back downstairs. No, couldn't find anything. So anyway, got up this morning and because he was tired, he slept in front bedroom last night and I slept in the back. And got up this morning and he said, well, I know what's making the noise now. I said, what? He said, there's a kitten somewhere stuck. He could hear it meowing before he put his ear what's it's in plugs. I said, oh, how are we going to get it out? He said, well, I don't even know how it's got in. So he said, all you can do is hope it gets back out. So when I've gone to work, open the garage door and see if it lets itself out. Well, I decided I was going for a sunbed this morning. So I'm in the hallway getting my keys for the car and I hear meow pretty loud. So I opened the garage door from that house side. Couldn't see anything. So I thought what I'll do is I'll go and have my sunbed, and then when I come back and I'm doing my treadmill and my bits and bobs, I'll open the garage door and see if it runs out. Anyway, it hasn't done. And of course when I had the treadmill on I couldn't hear it anyway. But I can hear it now. So it's still up there somewhere. But it's quite a faint meow. This morning it were a loud meow, which led me to believe it had found its way back down into the garage. Because it did sound pretty loud, but it's gone faint again now. But then I've been in here, haven't I? So I'm going to do this coat of paint on it. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just getting the brown on a cloth and I'm dabbing it. And I'm going to layer this till eventually I get the look. oh, that's too much that I want. It don't matter, you just pull it off like that with your cloth. So that's what I'm doing. And hopefully that kitten, cat, whatever it might be, you see we live near a farm, and my husband said it'll be feral. He said it won't let you anywhere near it. And I thought, well, if it were tame, it would have come to us, wouldn't it, really? Do you think? Don't know. And it's run off again. That's if it was in the garage. I'm assuming it was, because the meow was so loud. Anyway, all I can do is leave the garage door. Can you hear it? Oh, I want to get it out, but how do I get it out? Don't even know where it is. It's upsetting me. Come on. Where are you? Come on. It's getting a bit louder. Come on. Come on. Come on, you found your way in. You can find your way out. Come on. Hear it then. Come on. It's raining as well, pouring down. Right, so can you see I've put dollops of brown just here, there and everywhere on all 3 pots. So now I shall leave that to dry and come back, and I will update you on the cat saga. Break my heart if I can't get it out. Come on. Come on. Let's see. I'm back, everybody, and I'm thinking that I'm going to try a bit of black. So I've got my little palette. I'm going to put a bit of black in there. Not much, because I'm only dabbing. I've got my cloth that I used before. So let's see what this looks like. Just dab it. You just do whatever you like, really. You see. That's where we are at the moment with that. Getting some under that rim, not that you'll see that when it's that way. So I'm going to continue with those 3, and the update is managed to get the kitten out. I just turned around like that and I could just see this one eye and an ear. Anyway, I kept quiet and I just carried on doing what I was doing. Kept meowing, looking at me. This cat didn't come out the hall. Show it after. And so I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll go out, stand under the porch, see if it comes out and runs off. Anyway, it did it. After a while, it jumped down. It had a good look round. It saw me watching it. So it studied me for a little while, and then off it popped. It run a kitten. We're no bigger than that. Completely black. no other colour on it whatsoever, and it was the thinnest little thing. I bet it's starving because it's been up there for 2 days, isn't it? Little thing. Anyway, I'll crack on with this and I'll come back to you in a bit. Hi everyone, I'm back again for the next step. So I've got my 3 plant pots looking like that at the moment. So I'm thinking, I don't know whether I'm going to spoil this now, but I'm thinking I might put a bit of, it's that colour, just to bring it more autumny, because what I'll do is when autumn's over and I want to do something for Christmas, I'll just paint them again. If I choose to use these in my Christmas decor, we shall see. Today is Tuesday, and on Sunday it was my granddaughter's christening. And I don't know whether I've ever mentioned this, but I am not a big drinker. I very rarely go out, but obviously it was new. So we went to the church and she was baptised. Oh, she was ever so good, really good. Well, because we didn't think she would be. You know, I mean, she's 3 in February, so she's quite old really to be christened. So she knows what's going on, and she knows if she likes somebody, and she knows if she's a bit wary of them, you know. So I thought, now, how's she going to go on when he wants to put water on her? Anyway, she'll be fine, absolutely fine. She was like a bit, a bit took aback, but she didn't like cry or anything like that. She just allowed it to happen. I think it's because her daddy was holding her, and she obviously felt safe, you know, with your daddy. Anyway, that all went swimmingly, and then we went to a local restaurant, and my son had put like all this food on. Well, they'd put it on, obviously, you know what I mean. He'd put it on for everybody, and the service was 1:30, and I think we got to the restaurant. We were there for 2:30 anyway. We weren't long. I don't think we were an hour, but anyway, let's say it were 2:30. So naturally I start drinking at 2:30, and I'm still there drinking at 9:30. Then, to make matters worse, we came home in a taxi with my daughter and a partner who don't live very close by, and they decided that they were coming back here, playing music, more drinking. So it was after 1 a.m. when I went to bed. So that was nearly a full up 12 hours of eating, drinking, and whatever else you want to. So I have to say, yesterday didn't feel very good. So I didn't do anything. I kept my lounge tidy, because I always do that regardless. So that were all right. Had my autumn decor there to feel nice and cosy. My husband went to work. I don't know how he did it. He's helping a friend at the minute that's really, really busy, so he said he'd help him. So anyway, he went to work. But he doesn't seem to get affected by it. But me and my son, oh, we're shocking. My son didn't go to work. He works for himself. So, anyway. So I just got my cosy blanket, laid on the settee, didn't even go much, which is not like me, on YouTube. I did a bit. So, of course, this project of these plant pots, I've not moved on. So I thought, today I have a friend, and we've been friends since junior school, and she's been quite poorly just recently. She's never ever learnt to drive. She lives in the next town to me, and she hasn't been fit really to go anywhere, but she's feeling loads better and she has started to go out again. So I'm picking her up today and we're going for lunch. So I thought, well, wow. And then I'm going for a sunbed this morning. So I thought, well, while I've been on my treadmill. So I thought, well, while I've got 5 minutes to spare, well, more really, what I'll do is I'll put another coat of, well, put another colour, let's say, on these plant pots and see what it looks like. If I don't like it, I'll just cover it up. Otherwise, they're never going to get finished, are they? Keep messing about. So anyway, I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. I am trying my best to make sure that even while I'm away, that a video will go up on the Wednesdays and on the Sundays. If I can't manage it, I'm sorry about that. Please forgive me. I will try, I promise. So that's where we're at. So we've got 3 now. Looking a bit like that. Do you think they're looking a bit more like old pots? But I need to keep going. That's not the end of it, obviously. So I'll clean my little stick off that I use for stirring. Put my cloth on my tray, my stick on my tray. Put the lid back on that paint colour because I don't think I'll be using that again. And then I'll make myself a cuppa. Wait for these to dry. Probably go and have a sunbed in between. Get something out of the freezer for tea. And then just see what happens. Just see where the day takes me. Right, I'm going to go and make a brew. So I'll see you shortly. Bye. Hi everybody. Been back from lunch for ages now. And couldn't wait to get my jumper. I wore a jumper and a knitted skirt and my boots. Oh, sweating bobbers. Because I thought it were going to be cold and it were windy and everything, but oh, I was sweating bobbers. Anyway, I got back straight upstairs, took my stuff off, put my gym jams on, my comfies. Anyway, we've just had tea, so I thought I'd just come back in and give this another dab of a different colour. So I've mixed some brown with some white in a little tray, and it's that colour. So I'm going to do a few dabs of this and see where we go from there. So I'm just going to, with sponge, you've seen these sponges, craft sponges. So, oh, maybe too much. I think it might be too much, that. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Got paint all over me. I'm not bothered because I'm going to have my nails done tomorrow. My jollies. She's doing my nails, she's doing my toes. I'll be all brand new. Anyway, when I got home today, I'd had a delivery. It's Nobody's Child, a dress from Nobody's Child. Some slip-on shoes, tan shoes for my holidays, hush puppies from Next, and a non-wired comfy bra. But anyway, I tried the bra on and the cup size is one size too big, I think, so that's going back tomorrow, and I've ordered another one. But I wouldn't try that on anyway on a haul. But what I have got is, I'm going to try and fit it in before I go. I've got the jumper and the knitted skirt that I got from Tesco that I'm going to do a try on. I've got the dress from Nobody's Child. I've got a dress from Marks and Spencer's. I've got some stuff from Matalan. And where's that other? I've got something from Temu that I've had for ages but just never showed you because it was no point just having one dress to show you. Yeah, pair of pants, 2 pairs of pants, a top. I forget what I've got. So I'm going to try and get that haul in before I go. Well, not get the haul in, but have the video ready to go up before I go on my jollies, and then while I'm away I can set it to go up, you know, so that there's something to watch. And I am going to try and do a bit of videoing, but I don't want to do a lot because we're going for a rest. But if I feel like doing some, maybe do the hotel and the room, show you that. And if we do go anywhere, we tend, when we go on holiday, to stay around the pool during the day or the beach, because we like to soak in the sun and relax, chill out. That's what we're going for. We're not going sightseeing, and then we'll have a little wander of a night time. That's what we like to do. So if there is anything interesting that I think you might be interested in, I will try and capture it. I'm not liking this, but I'll keep going, because sometimes that's what happens, but then you end up really liking it when you've finished. So we'll see, won't we? You just keep layering and layering like this until you get what you think is nice for you. Doesn't matter whether anybody else likes it. If it's what you want and it fits in with your decor, that's all that matters. Choose any colour. I'm going to do white now. I've just decided to do some white. Might dry brush it. Don't know yet. We'll see. A brush. Dry brush. So I'm gonna dibble. Can't show you, can I? You see? So I'll do this and then I'll show. You don't want to watch me doing that, do you, on all 3 parts? So I'll show you what I've done when I've finished. I'm nearly at the end of the 3rd one now, so I just thought I'd come back on and have a little chat while I'm finishing it off. Because if you remember earlier on, I told you I was going to meet my friend that I've been to school with, went to school with when I were in my junior school. And we've stayed friends ever since. We've been on holiday together. Oh, we've been through trials and tribulations, you know what it's like. Anyway, I told you that she'd been poorly, but she'd started going out again. And by the time you see this video, you will already know the results of my walking challenge, so I'm not telling anything. And I told you in that video that I started off at 10 stone 9 and I was still 10 stone 9 when I finished. Honestly, it could only happen to me anyway, beside the point. Anyway, my friend, she won't mind me telling you because you don't know who she is. I'm 5'1" and she's not even 5 foot. I have a funny feeling she's 4'10". she's always been like a little dot really. She did go through one phase years and years and years ago where she put quite a bit of weight on, but overall she's just been in proportion, perfect. Anyway, she lost that much weight. She ended up, she was 5 stone 3. Well, I'm 10 stone 9. So I said to her, oh my God, that's half of me. When you look at it like that, half of me, that's what she was. Anyway, she lost all her hair, but it's growing back. So that's good news. Since they took her off the very strong antibiotics that she were on, that were making her vomit, she started eating. She got her appetite back, and I'm pleased to say she's put 4 pound on, or is it 5? Might be 6. I'm sure she said that she were 5 stone 9. I'm 10 stone 9. Oh my God. So I was really, really happy with her. Oh, she looks such a little tot. Oh. But anyway, she's on the mend. She's doing very well. She's been discharged from the consultant because they were having to keep going back, weighing her and measuring her and this, that and the other. So yeah, she's been through it. But she's on the mend. So we had a lovely lunch. We had a lovely catch up. And she ate everything and a bit of mine. Good girl. So that's that little catch up. So now this is what we're at. Got 3 like this. And I think they're starting to look like stone now, aren't they? So whether I do any more or not, or whether I leave them at that, is undecided yet. We shall see. Because sometimes you can just keep going, and you can do too much. It's got texture, and it's got colour. So, and I think they might look alright as they are with my little flowers and my little autumn flowers. But we'll see. So, I might be back tomorrow with this, carrying on. Or I might be back tomorrow, rounding this video up. So, let's see what happens. See you soon. Bye. So you'll see that I decided to leave it right there, don't do any more to it, and now I'll show you the final result and what they look like in situ. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is the little plant pots all finished. From what they were before to what they look like now. So put my flowers in. And I think they look much better. Well, they certainly look better in this autumn decor than they looked before. So that's one. That's the other one. That's what they look like. And then the other one's in the lounge. I'll show you that one. And that's plant pot number 3. So that's my little DIY. So, I just wanted to come on at the end and say thank you so much for watching. If you're new and you enjoyed the content, please would you consider subscribing, because it really does help my channel to grow. It went on a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, and I had to chop loads of stuff out, but I kept the most interesting bits in because I didn't realise I waffled as much as I waffle, but I like to tell you stories about things, so I enjoyed telling it. And what about the cat saga? Oh my God, that little kitten. It was the tiniest thing with the longest legs. And off it popped, thank goodness, because I don't know what we'd have done really if it hadn't come out by itself. But anyway, it did do. So I hope you enjoyed the little chats, and I hope you like the final result. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week or weekend, because I don't know when this video is going up. And stay well, and see you on the next one. Bye.